The secret to tax-efficient direct indexing? It starts with knowing which clients are the right fit. I'm Macaulay Parker, and in this video, you'll hear from Fran Kinniry and Ben Hammer as they share insights to help you pinpoint ideal clients and tailor strategies to their unique tax and portfolio needs. Let's get into it.
Ben, the advisors you work with, some advisors use it for all of their clients, right? But a lot of the advisors we work with look for particular types of clients within their books of business, within their practice, in order to bring direct indexing to. What does that client look like?
Well, it's someone who has some capital gains over the horizon, and that could be for a variety of reasons. But I think, Fran mentioned it. It doesn't have to be the ultra high net worth. I mean, the classic case is someone who owns a business is going to have a big liquidity event. And we certainly have a fair number of clients who've come our way because of that. But I would just think about the general day-to-day tasks you have within your portfolio management and adhering to the asset allocation you already have. Markets are way up, stocks are up. Maybe at the end of the year, you need some ability to rebalance, and that's going to create some capital gains. And so a lot of the advisors that we're working with are finding, having VPI handle a lot of their public equities gives them some losses to lubricate that almost annual task of doing some rebalancing. So that can be a super value add just to keep everyone in the financial plan you work so hard to set. Beyond that, there's all sorts of reasons capital gains come into play. It could be someone who's just got the bulk of their money in taxable assets and on some level is going to have to sell those down to fund their retirement. It could be because they sold a big asset or they had a concentrated position. Someone who has a lot of capital gain intensive investments is going to be a great candidate for personalized indexing.
Yeah, we're continuing to see a move towards private investments. So whether it be private equity, hedge funds, and even traditional long-only active. Vanguard has a very well-known active universe, and our funds have actually done quite well. But they do quite well pre-tax. After tax, they do pay more capital gains than an index fund. So it allows you actually to own a fund like a prime cap, should you want to do that, or a Wellington, if you would want to do that, to actually get the alpha, get the excess returns, and not necessarily worry about the tax.
Yeah. Fran, one of the things that I've been at Vanguard for 15 years, one of the things that we've talked to advisors about for most of my time here is simplicity, right? Like not having a portfolio that is overly complex that makes it harder for a client to stay invested in the portfolio when things get a little rough, right? When you look at direct indexing, you're moving from one security to a couple hundred, or one ETF to a couple hundred underlying securities. What do you say to advisors that are concerned about adding that complexity back to client portfolios?
Yeah, I think Ben said it pretty well too about sometimes complexity can deepen the relationship and deepen the intimacy. Right? It could lead to more conversations. So I would first say that it can actually lead to broader conversations and deeper conversations. And the second thing is we're trying to make it as the complexities inside, right? And so for the end client experience and the advisor themselves, we're trying to take as much of the complexity on our shoulders as possible so that the advisor and the end client, the complexities inside, maybe not necessarily just on the burden of the advisor and the end client. Our goal is to continue to try to make it as simple as possible for the user, both advisor and end client, and us. All the benefits are happening behind the scenes. So hopefully it's not too complex or adversarial from a time perspective for the advisor and the end client.
Yeah.
I kind of thought, my history at Vanguard, of course, mutual funds and ETFs for as long as I've been here. And I kind of thought, advisors' clients are going to push back a little bit about the number of holdings we have. And then certainly the number of transactions, especially looking at a 1099, that's pretty long. But the 3 years we've done this, we have received no feedback from advisors who have had their clients say, gosh, this is a little too much. And I think it's because those advisors have done a really great job of saying, we're doing this intentionally, given your situation, and here's what you're going to gain from it. The other practical thing is like a lot of advisors are using portfolio reporting systems that can consolidate. So you can see just one line item perhaps instead of all of the individual securities. And everyone's doing tax prep either with a service or something online that you just upload the 1099. So you're not punching in line item after line item.
Yeah.
Be sure to drop a like and subscribe for more advisor-focused insights. And if you want to keep learning, find more webinars at the link below.